All right, workout for September 27th. We are gonna do, after your general warm-up, the durability activation. We're gonna do a quad lunge stretch. So I'm gonna be in a half kneel. I'm going to take my arms overhead and lift my chest, pick my foot up and squeeze my glute. So squeezing this glute a ton. That's gonna stretch out the hip flexor. And then I'm gonna do all those things again. So maybe I look up a little further, I re-pull my foot up and re-squeeze the glute. And that's it. So it looks just like this, and then I do the other side. Arms up, foot up, squeeze the glute. Arms up, foot up, squeeze the glute. And then I do the other side. So you're keeping all three of those positions. You're just kind of like reinforcing them and going through them. I usually go through them at least twice, and then you'll switch sides. Really making sure you're activating your glutes before a workout, as well as stretching out your hip flexor. In that stretch, I am not going as far forward as I can actually go. Me just squeezing my glute is enough of a stretch. And so you're gonna do 10 of those. So left, right is 2. So technically you're doing 5 rounds, but 10 lunges. Then you're gonna do the same number, 10, with a high lunge. It's really reverse warrior 2. So I'm gonna step back into a lunge. My arms can start overhead if you want to, and then I'm just going to take them down into this reverse stretch or reverse twist, and then you can do the other side. You can also start with your hands here and just twist back like this. So very much a yoga lunge. My traditional lunge, I'd probably be here so that I'm more 90-90. I'm going to step maybe a few inches. Don't really focus too far on that, but you are pretty far back. This leg might be straight for those of you that are flexible here. If you're tight, it might still stay bent, but I do want to keep this knee over my ankle for this one, okay? Again, arms can start up or out in front of you, and then what I'm going to do is just, whoops, even I did it wrong, twist towards your front leg so that you're getting some rotation. If I twist open this way, which is warrior 2, I'm actually not getting any rotation in my back. So again, you'll do 10, so stepping back, 1, 2, all the way to 10. Go nice and slow with those ones. When you reach back, I want you to also look back. So taking your head with you and looking at your hands behind you. Okay, then you're gonna do, so you're gonna do 2 rounds of that, and then you're gonna go into the more like high energy movement part, or you can call it like plyometrics or fast twitch movements. We are gonna do first heel sweeps. So this you might do outside, but you're gonna need some space to do these pieces. So I'm gonna stick my foot out in front of me. I'm gonna hinge down like a deadlift, sweep the floor, and then do it again. So I'm not necessarily reaching the floor. My chest stays pretty tall. I'm showing you it's standing here, but you could also do it walking, especially if you're outside, like in the driveway. The biggest fault with that one is taking an actual step. There's no weight on my heel when I do this. You don't have to, but I can technically pick up my foot. There's no weight in the front foot, or people are really trying to reach the floor, so they're rounding the back. It's more about that hinge movement, so my hips are physically back behind me. So you're gonna do just a driveway length of those. Usually I say like 30 is good, but you can go down your driveway and back up with the heel sweeps. And then you're gonna do skipping. So literally just skipping up and down your driveway. Don't think too much about it, just a regular skip like you're a little kid again. Then the third one's gonna be a side shuffle. So down your driveway, I'm gonna be up on my tippy toes. I'm gonna side shuffle up my driveway, side shuffle down my driveway. If you don't have a driveway and you have like a parking lot or something, or you can definitely do it inside, but usually like going in and out of 2 rooms is like a good chunk. So it's just side shuffle down and back. So you're doing both sides. And then you're gonna do butt kickers as the 4th piece. So going down the driveway and then back up the driveway. If there's any other things you wanna do, like high knees or A skips, B skips, if you ran track and you know that stuff, you can definitely add that in there. You cannot over warm up for a run, so as many things you can do as possible is good. So those are your 2 like warm up pieces. Then the actual WOD, I don't have the demo. You are going to walk/run from telephone pole to telephone pole. There is an option to jog and sprint, but your jog definitely has to be a very, I don't want to say slow, because I don't want you to slow down where you're like bouncing and wearing on your joints, but like the the slower of your jogs, right? So my normal run is like an 8-minute mile. So whatever yours is, if I was going to go slower, maybe a 9-minute mile would be like my really easy jog. So that's what you're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to start at a telephone pole and I'm going to walk to a telephone pole. Once I get to that second one, I'm going to sprint to the next one and then walk and then sprint and then walk. So you're just alternating so that you do 10 sprints. Now, when you first start these sprints, I would do the first few, maybe like a 7 out of 10, and then you do an 8 out of 10, like you increase your speed. Once you get to that 5th sprint, then you can start to like increase your speed. You definitely don't want to go all out on the first ones. And then within your sprint, from one telephone pole to the other, there should be sort of this increase in pace, and then maybe I start to slow down right before I get to that one. But like definitely don't hard stop yourself and don't take off like a gunshot. And then if you're jogging, you're definitely, like I said, jogging a nice easy jog and then definitely increasing your pace till that next telephone pole. This is going to be really challenging. In total, you'll need 21 telephone poles. So if you're someone that likes to really plan this out and map it out, you're going to need 21 poles. But like I said, you'll start with a walk or a jog, and then the second one will be a sprint. So you'll do 10 sprints. And this is what you can do. You can do your 10 sprints in a loop, so you end up back at your home. So maybe doing, 5 sprints out and then your 5 back. But then you have to jog. The second part is just a run. So doing that same distance, but just a nice, a little bit quicker than your jog, but a good pace of a run. If you go out for 10 whole sprints and you're away from the house, then you just run that whole way back. So after your 10 sprints, you just run that entire distance, a normal run pace as a kind of a cool down, kind of a finisher, and that is your workout. Yeah, that is it. Okay, that's September 27th. Have fun with that. Contact me if you have any questions. I am here.